I am so excited to do this video today. I am doing a Q&A with my absolute longest friend, Holly Hamilton-Bleakley, who's a PhD and a candidate for the Palomar Community College Board Trustee Area 4. And I wanted you to get a better sense of why Holly's running. So I've got 5 questions that I want Holly to share her answers to. So the first one, Hollis, is why are you running for school board and what makes you a good candidate?
Well, I'm running for the Palomar Community College Board because I am very passionate about community colleges. Because I think that the community colleges are our future, especially here in California. We've seen an incredible rise in the cost of four-year colleges and private colleges, and a lot of families cannot afford to send their children to these institutions anymore. And community college is, I could just see that it's going to be the way forward. I'm a professor myself, and I see the financial strain that students are under. I'm at a private university, and community colleges are going to be that opportunity that more and more students are going to need in the future. So I want to be part of that. I want to be part of continuing to see them succeed and flourish.
It's interesting you come to that from such a wonderful perspective, being a professor at a private college, yet seeing this enormous opportunity within the community college community. And my mom taught at a community college for a number of years. So I'm like, I love this. Tell me, what is the most important issue currently facing your community college district?
One of the most important issues that is facing Palomar, but I also want to say not just Palomar, also other colleges in the San Diego area, is faculty retention. Okay, so faculty retention tends to be a problem in San Diego County because San Diego is a very expensive place to live. And so often the colleges, and this includes private colleges and four-year colleges, are not paying their faculty enough for them to live in a comfortable way. Okay, and so faculty retention would mean making sure that we have not only competitive salaries, but giving a salary that would ensure that faculty want to stay at Palomar. Okay. Also on the faculty retention issue, it reflects not just tenure track faculty and the low pay that they may be receiving, or a pay that they may be receiving that's not sufficient for San Diego County. It also has to do with the adjunct faculty. So sometimes, and again, this will vary across departments, but often in order to cut costs, colleges will hire many adjunct faculty and only have a few tenure track positions. And so if we're talking about faculty retention, that's going to apply even more to adjuncts than to tenure track because they are paid so much lower than tenure track faculty. So one of my main concerns or main tasks would be to try to create more tenure track lines so that we can have, we could lift some of the adjunct faculty up, put them into tenure track positions so that we can have a more committed and more stable faculty at Palomar.
Yeah, I mean, that as you're saying that, I'm thinking without faculty, you have nothing. And I say that as the daughter of a former community college adjunct professor. So
Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear. Let me follow on by asking you, what are the top 3 specific things that you would seek to accomplish on the school board?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, in addition to addressing the faculty things that we've talked about, another thing that I want to make sure that I address on the board would be to make sure that Palomar remains affordable. And that's that goes with the, why I'm running in the first place, because I believe in the importance of community colleges in the economic environment in which we are in, and which does not seem to be changing at all. So we want to make sure that Palomar remains that affordable option for the students in North San Diego County. Secondly, I want to make sure that the courses that are offered at Palomar are going to reflect the needs of the local communities, right? So we want to be training students at Palomar in things that allow them to go then fulfill jobs in their communities, right? So this way we retain our talent in North San Diego County. We want our students to be able to live, right, in the place where they're from, if that's what they choose to do, because so often our kids cannot stay in San Diego because it is a very hard place for young adults to live. So we want to make sure that Palomar is offering courses that train our students so that they can fill jobs in the area and stay in the area. And the third thing then is I would address making sure that Palomar is reflective of the needs of the community. So this kind of goes back to what I was just talking about, but right, what does our community need? Let's make sure that Palomar is looking at that and making that the priority, rather than just something else which doesn't serve Palomar's interest, or doesn't serve the interests of the communities of Palomar.
One of the things, having known you for several decades now,
Yeah.
I know about you is just you have this incredible passion for your students and students in general. So why do you think more students are not transferring to four-year colleges or completing a degree/program?
Okay, so again, I think it has to come back to the affordability issue. This is very important. And so if students are at a place like Palomar, and Palomar is affordable, then they kind of look to transfer to something where, like, UCLA or UC San Diego or something like that, and they just can't afford it. So I think one reason that they might not be transferring is, again, because of the affordability issue. But we want to make sure that students get the best training that they can at Palomar, so that those transfers are as easy as possible, right? And but how the students get funding to go to those four-year colleges is outside of the remit of Palomar.
This video was really designed to give listeners a sense of why you want to run for this position. We're going to have another set of videos that will talk in more detail about how you would execute on some of the things, of the very important things that you have brought up here tonight. But I wanted to end this conversation by asking you, if I'm somebody and I'm getting ready to cast my vote, what makes you a good candidate? What do you want voters to know about you?
Well, I think the reason I'm a good candidate is because I am a professor. Like, this is my line of work. I work with faculty and students every day. I'm in the environment of higher education every day. So I know what's necessary in order to make a classroom flourish. I know it's necessary to make a college flourish, right? I'm part of this community of educators. And so I'm a good candidate because I am literally in the thick of it. And I would not be just sort of making something up from on high. I can just hit the ground running because I know how higher education operates and what's necessary for it to be successful.
Professor Hamilton-Bleakley, thank you so much for giving us this insight on why you are interested in running for the Palomar Community College Board, and just being so real and honest with us about the very real and painful issues that need to be addressed. Your background is so on point, and I think personally that the College Board would be very lucky to have you join their ranks. So thank you for being with us here tonight. And we've got another session coming up of interviews with Professor Hamilton-Bleakley about the hows of the ideas she's expressed here tonight.
Thank you very much.